December 2024, I decided to undertake the longest solo road trip of my life thus far, living totally self-sustained out of my vehicle for 2 weeks and camping the entire time, trying to avoid civilization. By the end, I'll have traveled nearly 3,600 miles through 4 states, 5 national parks, had unforgettable camp spots, including on the lost coast of California and in the Redwoods, wheeled some awesome trails in Sedona, along with driving a lot of the Lost Coast 4x4 route, visited 7 primitive hot springs, and have hiked one of the most iconic and dangerous hikes in the United States. This video series is that story. So welcome. Glad you're here, and I'm stoked to be able to share some of the amazing and unforgettable experiences I had on this trip. This place is hella cool. Gabby, come here. Gabby, no. So I got in the Joshua tree pretty late last night. It was dark, and upon waking up, this place is not what I expected. At least this campground, Indian Cove Campground, this is really cool. These rocks, formations and stuff. So now we're headed out. I think we're just gonna do the Park Boulevard drive. I don't really feel like doing any hikes here. And gonna head to Deep Springs. Keep heading into California, head to Deep Creek Hot Springs. Do that. That place closes at dusk, so do that. And then close to dark, head further inland or further up to California. Honestly, Joshua Tree, it was kind of underwhelming. To be fair, I only did this scenic drive through the middle of it, paved drive, and then left. Mostly because I really wanted to get into Deep Creek Hot Springs, and at this point of my trip, I was feeling kind of the time pressure of how many days I had left and how much distance I needed to travel still. So maybe if I would have spent more time here, maybe there's some more attractions that are cooler than just a bunch of these Joshua trees and sporadic, neat-looking rock formations. I would have liked it more. It's cool. I'm glad I visited just to say I did, but I don't think I would particularly plan a long-distance road trip just to visit Joshua Tree. Like I absolutely would to revisit Sequoia, Yosemite, Kings Canyon, or Redwood National Parks. All 4 of those were amazing. Just breathtaking. I would definitely travel a very long distance just to revisit those. But overall, Joshua Tree is cool. It's just not breathtaking. On our way down to Deep Creek Hot Springs. It's actually basically right along the PCT, so that'll be cool. And it's like a 3.9 mile round trip. It's 1,000 foot of elevation, so that'll be a good little hike. And it gets dark here at 4:30, so it's 1. We might be walking out in the dark, but that's okay. I really want to see these. I think it'll be worth it. And then after this, I think we're gonna head up, keep heading northwest. Try to get nearby Remington Hot Springs for the night. Up into the cold and probably snow of Sequoias and Yosemite. which will be weird because it's currently like 70 degrees and we're in the desert. And by tonight, we're probably going to be in snow. And the largest trees in the world, sequoias. Hell yeah. There are some things that just really spark your soul. And dispersed hot springs, primitive hot springs, are just one of those things for me. Anything outdoors is really, but there's just something about primitive hot springs that's just so relaxing, and I just love it. I love everything about them. The paid ones, the developed ones, I'm not a fan of, honestly. But primitive ones like this one of my favorite things. They always seem to attract the most interesting people too. The most interesting human beings I've ever met have been at primitive hot springs. Just something about warm water coming out of the ground and forming pools just seems to attract a certain type of really interesting person. So the PCT is right there, which is so cool. I never thought I would. I've just went through phases of being obsessed with the PCT, and to be intersecting it here on this trail down to these hot springs is awesome. One guy I ran into down here was from Wisconsin or Minnesota or Tennessee, somewhere way back, and he flew here for a business conference, decided to drive hours and then hike down miles down into this hot spring just to hike out and drive right back and immediately board his plane home, basically. And that kind of thing happens all the time at these hot springs like this. Just random strangers from every corner of the country just coming together because of warm water coming out of the ground. Once I'm actually into hot springs like this, I never record anything. I just think it's disrespectful. And sometimes people are varying degrees of nude, if not all the way nude. Sometimes they're not. It's more rare than you might be led to believe if you haven't visited hot springs before, if you're not a hot springs connoisseur. But it does happen, and when it does happen, nobody cares. It's just is what it is. Like, it's just kind of a thing that may happen. I'm not sure if calling it a hippie vibe would be accurate these days, but whatever kind of vibe it is, whatever kind of vibe primitive hot springs are, I'm a big fan. I just got out of Deep Creek, like down in there. I went down in there at like 12:30, just got out at like 4:45. It was really cool. Definitely recommend Deep Creek Hot Springs. It was really cool down there. The hike was beautiful. It was kind of a trek getting back out. It's like 1,000-foot elevation gain over 2 miles. So it's not crazy. I mean, it was a climb. But man, those springs are dope down there. And it's right along the PCT, which is pretty cool to me. Yeah, so we're heading to campground up by Remington Hot Springs on the border of Sequoia National Forest now. It's about 3 hours away. Nice little drive, and then we'll be right nearby. We'll be pretty close to Kings Canyon, Sequoia, and Yosemite for tomorrow, and Remington Hot Springs for the morning. Be a good time.